Hello, Facebook. I'm going to try this again. That first time didn't work. I was using a different camera and had some technical problems, so I apologize if you were on there. I wanted to start out today because it occurred to me that I never actually have said anything about my credentials. For all you know, I'm the person that sells CBD at the gas station. So I thought I would just give a brief background, and I've done a lot of different things in my life, but what pertains to this is that I am a practicing accredited master herbalist, and that what that means is that I have taken about 160 hours of courses in herbs and other natural things, other things that we find in nature to treat illnesses, to help us be more healthy. And so that is what I bring to the table at Declan's Trek, is that I do have a background as an herbalist. So I hope that gives you some insight as to the difference between getting a product off the internet or getting it from the corner store, or like I said, the gas station. I do have some expertise in the field of herbs and flowers. So anyway, that's that. So let's jump right in. I promised today that this video would answer some questions. I get questions every single day about what exactly is CBD. CBD is short for cannabidiol, and that's a naturally occurring substance that comes from the cannabis plant. And the difference, everybody wants to know, well, is this marijuana? I had a friend, I was about to talk to her about her arthritis in her hands, and before I could even speak, she said, I don't want any cannabis, and I don't want any marijuana. And I said, well, that's not what it is. So we had to straighten that out. But marijuana and hemp are two varieties of the same plant. And the genus of the plant is the cannabis sativa. But they're grown two different ways. Hemp is grown in such a way, or bred in such a way, to have very low levels of THC and very high levels of CBD. So as you know, THC is the psychoactive ingredient that is in cannabis or in marijuana. So hemp is grown to have very low levels of that, under the legal limit of ours are 0.3 and under 0.3 or less, so 0.3 or less, and high levels of CBD, where people who are growing marijuana, they want the THC in there, especially like the medical marijuana. They want the THC in there. So marijuana plants are grown to have high levels of THC. So that's the difference. The cannabis sativa on one side is hemp, high CBD, low THC, and on the other side is marijuana, higher THC. So every single mammal has an endocannabinoid system. We have it in our bodies. That's the scientific name for it. And the active ingredient there that it's dealing with, that's the cannabidiol is the ingredient that we're going to be talking about. Don't get the system confused with cannabidiol. They're two different things. It just happens to, because it's related through the plant, it happens to have the same beginning name. The two most famous cannabinoids are, I bet you can already guess now, CBD and THC. So that's the difference, and that's where we are going to concentrate on our CBD oil working, is in the cannabinoid system. Okay, so that's really as far as I want to go into that right now. So, Mike says hemp grows wild in Kansas along the railroads. Well, that brings up where we get our hemp. The hemp that is used in HempWorx is specifically grown for CBD, and it's a very, very high quality of CBD. So what I want to then talk to you about is, let's just jump into what today was going to be about, which was the CBD for pets, for dogs and cats. I am cautious about recommending for cats, because cats are kind of, I don't know a lot about cats, although I do know plenty of people, especially here on Facebook, who give their cats CBD. I will sell it to a cat person, as long as the cat person is an expert in cats. But I know a lot about dogs, and I know a lot about CBD. So I'm very comfortable with recommending it for dogs. Declan and Brody, which are our dogs, I look over because one of them is over here asleep. Brody is 11, and he is prone to fatty tumors. Okay, the generic term. None of them have ever been cancerous, and he does have one. I'm giving him the CBD specifically for the one that he has that is inoperable, and it's growing on his breastbone, and it's starting to press against his esophagus a bit. So we're watching that to see what happens. He has a cough, and he's had this cough for quite some time, a couple of years, and the vet even thinks that that's what it's from. But it had gotten pretty bad by last summer, where I would say half a dozen times a day he would do this coughing thing he does, and so on CBD he has about 2 episodes a day, and so there's a definite correlation. Declan, on the other hand, who we named our business for, has severe allergies. He's allergic to over 150 things. So mainly what CBD does for him is it takes away his anxiety. You can imagine if you were itching all over your body, or if you had hives all over your body, you can understand how you would be anxious and you would be scratching and scratching and scratching. Well, that's what he was doing. And then I always tell his story. On the 5th day of taking CBD, he slept through the night. And it was the first time that he had slept through the night since his allergies had manifested at about 4 months old. So on the 6th day, I became an affiliate. So that's sort of the story behind that. I also promised that today I would give you some testimonials. I have 2 customers. In particular, 3 actually, but I couldn't pull hers up. I know she sent it to me, but I couldn't pull it up. So I'm going to read you one of them now. This is from Brandy, and Brandy sent me a message, and it said, "Andra, I wish I had a picture of Coda before I started him on the CBD. You know, the reason I started him on it to begin with was for his allergies. I have noticed a small improvement, and I'm thankful for that, but let me tell you what it has helped. Coda had a cyst the size of a walnut on his back, and one the size of a kidney bean on his ear. The one on his back, we were about to have surgery on to have it removed, but we are not going to now. I thought I was crazy at first until my husband said he noticed it too. The spot is now about the size of an acorn on the back, and the one on his ear is shrinking as well. I am beyond excited about this, but he will not lick it out of my hand. I have to put it on a treat. So I will definitely be keeping him on it, and I am so thankful that you were at St. Andrews that day. So what she is referring to, licking it out of his hand, is if you look on I think it's on YouTube, and if it's not, I'll put it up there. I know it's on Facebook. If you look on Declan's Trek page on Facebook, I have a video of the boys taking their CBD right out of my hand. And that's how I prefer to give it to them, just because we as humans, when we take CBD, we do it sublingually under our tongue. And so I prefer to give it pure like that rather than put it on food. I like it when it is being ingested just straight into the mouth and not mixed up with food. Many people put it on food, and that is fine too. I just feel like it's a little more potent if they get it the equivalent of our sublingual application. The other one I had from Jane just came in a couple of days, yesterday actually. It says Maggie is a 20-year-old, which I just couldn't believe that. Maggie is a 20-year-old Maltese. When on CBD oil, her arthritis is controlled. It's better than chemicals, prescriptions she's talking about, as they made her only sleep and not let her have a happy life, so to speak. Bradley is an 8-year-old collie, which our two are collies. Bradley's an 8-year-old collie with arthritis. He can't take pain meds as they upset his tummy. And with CBD, he does not have that problem. So those are two great testimonials, along with stories of Brody and Declan. And I want to show you the product as it is shipping right now. You're getting a little bit of a glow from my computer, making it look kind of blue. It's not, but I don't think I can do much about that at this point. So anyway, this is what it looks like. And right here, it has the non-GMO seal. It also, of course, you know that HempWorx is certified by the American Hemp Association. And we were one of the first 13 companies that were certified. Then I want to show you real quickly on the bottom, and then we're going to on the bottle, and then we're going to close. On the bottle, there is a QR code. You can scan that with any QR reader. You get an app for your phone. Scan it, and then it will take you directly to the third-party lab report. You can see where the lab is. You can see everything that's in this bottle. You can see all of the different cannabinoids, which is fascinating to me. And then you can also see the main ingredients. We only have 3 main ingredients in HempWorx oils for humans and pets. And the 3 main ingredients are the carrier oil, which is hemp seed. Hemp seed does not contain any THC or any CBD. Hemp seed oil, I mean. And then the CBD oil, and then the optional flavoring. We have bacon for the dogs. Don't try it. It's for people, it's kind of nasty tasting, but I guess the dogs think it's good. They lap it right up. We also have cinnamon and peppermint for people. So that's what I have for you today. And I guess the main word I would say for this video would just be information about what it is. And I think we've seen several testimonials, including our own, of the controlling of anxiety and pain. And I'll be posting the FDA required disclaimer right after I end the video, so it will be there. If you have any questions, you can go to Declan's Trek on Facebook. It's DECLANS, Declan's Trek, TREK. When you get DECL in there, it should pop right up. The page should pop right up. You can go to Declan's Trek, and I have a button that says, I think it says message me, It may say ask a question. I can't remember now what it says, but one or the other. So I will just say in closing, see the good and be the good, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.